Shalom, Yasharala, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles of those great millstone, peace, blessed, hope, elect. All right, forgive me if I'm going a little fast, but I'm not exactly off the clock. I'm just going to try to be brief, but I couldn't pass this up. This little article here. It says Amazon shuts down man's smart home after automated doorbell allegedly committed an act of racism. Okay, this little beautiful device here, right? It says a man by the name of Brandon Jackson was locked out of his so-called smart home recently after Amazon shut it all down due to allegedly racist statements he made that were picked up by the always listening spy device he owns. Okay, and this is what the men of the Lord have been talking about, things of this nature. Okay, it's always convenient. They give you a certain device or whatever, and they make it convenient to you. Okay, and what you don't see is the ultimate end of them giving you this device. Now, as he talks about this thing, listening in, being a surveillance device, just like any other piece of technology, a laptop, a cell phone, they could easily be doing that from anything. Okay, but this is directly, implanted into your home as your I guess your brain, your house's brain, or whatever, however you want to put it. Okay, but it just goes, basically what I'm trying to get at is, and this is not even exactly Esau's a specific device, but I guess Amazon's just they're down with the wicked plans of the elite. Don't doubt that for a second. All right, but I believe it says they shut down his home, okay, because it caught him I guess saying racist statements, whatever those may be. I don't know, maybe they're down here. We'll see. It says the Amazon Ring doorbell device locked Jackson out of his own home after the Amazon device, and possibly several others, caught him saying something that the company found to be offensive and politically incorrect. Jackson wrote the following in a piece for Medium, and this is also something I've talked about recently in articles on how they're really cracking down on the freedom of speech. Like, there's certain things that you say and you'll quickly get flagged for. All right, I mean, it's just so many levels. They're creating little like organizations or government sectors or however want to call it or whatever, but there's little places for disinformation. All right, what they would deem as disinformation. They want to take anything that is the truth and make it to be false, and the stupid people of America will believe it because they believe anything that their government tells them. All right. It says, on Wednesday, May 31st, 2023, I finally regained access to my Amazon account after an unexpected and unwarranted lockout that lasted nearly a week. Wow, locked out of his house for a week. And what does it sound like? This is just your house. This is just a grain of salt in a desert, okay? Now, what if this has been, which it just happened before, but this is the point why I'm pointing it out again. What if this was the microchip? If they can do this to you, to your own house, electronically, to your own house, lock you out of your own house for a week, what more the microchip? What more shutting your funds off from the digital system and having you starve out for a week? All right, if you don't have food, okay, you might have some food. All right, okay, these devils think they got me, they're gonna shut me down for a week. I got some food enough to feed myself and my family. Then come to find out, they was aware of you. They were very aware that you had food put away. And so they prolong it for another week. And then they go for a third week just to make sure that you're hungry and you're starving. And you don't even know if they plan to turn your chip back on. You see? This is why I guess we can grab it now because I have it here. I don't think there's much in this article. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Do not be a fool. Do not take the microchip. Do not electronically equip your home. All right, so it can be convenient, so you can swipe your hand and walk through the door and lock certain dresser drawers in your house so your kids can't get in and whatever, man. Don't be a fool, man. Don't be ignorant. That's 2 Corinthians 2:11. Don't be ignorant of Satan's device. You Israelites, that is. We don't care what the rest of the nations do. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you other biblical Israelites, do not be stupid, okay? You got to say it straightforward sometimes. Says it locked them out and it locked out for a week. It says from Thursday, May 25th. This wasn't just a simple inconvenience. Yeah, I bet. What is just a simple inconvenience, though. I have a smart home, and my primary means of interfacing with all devices and automations is through Amazon Echo devices via Alexa. You see, and this is a foreshadowing of how the microchip is going to work. This is just your house, okay? Just your house. The microchip will be equipped with everything that is personal. Your whole entire life will be on this grain of rice. If you take it now, don't take it. But I'm saying, if you take it, your whole entire life, everything will be on this grain of rice. So you have to look at things like this and think on a higher, a much more massive scale, because this is the extent that Esau is going to. He's going to take it to the max. I didn't say in the world, push it to the limit. He's going to push it to the limit, then some. Okay? Let's read this again, so as you can get this through your head. It says, on Wednesday, May 31st, 2023, I finally regained access to my Amazon account after an unexpected and unwarranted lockout that lasted nearly a week from Thursday, May 25th. This wasn't just a simple inconvenience, though. I have a smart home, and my primary means of interfacing with all the devices and automations is through Amazon Echo devices. Keyword devices. These electronical devices, this digital world, this technocracy that Esau is pushing on you. All right. Amazon Echo devices via Alexa. It says, this incident left me with a house full of unresponsive devices, a silent Alexa, and a lot of questions. Basically, you look stupid because you based your everyday motor functions off of electronic devices. Because you people are in America are stupid and you're lazy. Okay, you're stupid and you're lazy. And I'm not talking about you sincere ones. Okay, of course you know, because you understand the truth and you know what road this all leads to. But to the rest of these Americans, that's what they are. They're stupid and they're lazy. They're stupid enough to take the devices because they were stupid enough to get this thing marketed to them and be pushed towards them as convenient. All right. And they're lazy, which is a part of the reason why they got the device. For that same convenience. Swiping your hand makes everything easier. Yes, it surely does. That's not a lie. You can't lie that it doesn't make it convenient. All right. But all these biotechnologies are matter of fact, here, let's see if we can grab this. Give me a second here. Let the scripture sum it up. That'll be better. Let the scripture sum it up. All right, we're gonna have to punch it in. So let's see here. I think we are looking for, I believe it's Baruch we're looking for if we're wrong. No, I don't think it's Baruch. Let me see. I think it's Ecclesiasticus I'm looking for. Give me a second. It's either 14 or is it 12 and 10, or is it chapter 14? We'll see. Give me a second here. Just all right, here we go. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10 is Tawari Yahweh. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. All right, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Okay, as a matter of fact, because we also mentioned, let's jump over there as well, because that's also something else I want to point out. If I'm correct, that correct chapter. Let me see. Let me find the verses. Bear with me. Here we go, verse 7. All right. It says, and if he doeth good, he doeth it, and this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. Okay? He give you these devices. He markets these devices to you. Make it seem all good and fuzzy and warm and lovey-dovey, like a nice little piece of chocolate cake. All right? Pushes on to you like it's the next best thing since sliced bread. But then when you get the technology, what you don't understand is the control that he has over your life. And that's where he gets you. That's the craftiness of these devils. That's where they get you. That's the trap. The trap is to get you to want it. And once they get you in it, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. It doesn't matter if you want to take it back to the store. You know, like you got the refund policy. No, there is no taking this back to the store. Once you got it, that is it. Okay? This man has you. He has control. He has full autonomy over every aspect of your life. If he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And what does it say? And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. If you take this microchip, it's going to seem good to you at first. Eventually, as time goes on, you're going to find out and realize it was the worst mistake you could have possibly made in your entire existence. Whether you're young or old, you're going to find out that you made the worst choice of your life, and you're not able to renege on it. All right? Let's turn back over here to this article. It says, I have a smart home, and my primary means of interfacing with all the devices and automations is through Amazon Echo devices via Alexa. This incident left me with a house full of unresponsive devices, a silent Alexa, and a lot of questions. So what more if it was your microchip that connects you to your fundings? All right. See, he never mentioned his cash. He still had money in the bank, right? Because he has that paper cash. What if this was digital currency? They would have done more to just shut his house down on him. They would have shut his whole account off, basically his whole entire life off. Because your life will be controlled by them, which is going to be on a microchip, which is also controlled by them. Because it's their system, it's their microchip that you embedded in them. They'll shut your whole entire life off. All right? This is the warning that keeps going out to you, individuals that are listening. Beware of Satan's devices, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Do not be a fool to the tricks, plans, and craftiness of these devils, the so-called white man, the red men of the earth, these Edomites and Amalekites. All right, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the border of wickedness. All right, be very careful of your enemy. Okay, it says Amazon's iRobot Roomba vacuum cleaner spies on users while on the toilet and upload the embarrassing photos on social media. Now I don't know how true that is. Maybe if you want to look into that, I'm reading this right here. If you want to look into that, because I won't doubt that it's true, but you can't, seeing is believing, right? Wow, these people, man, these people. If you support Amazon, you support tyranny. Okay. At first, Jackson thought he had been hacked. How, after all, could every single smart house device in his home stop working all at the same time, locking him out of his own property? Jackson's doorbell device, which is actually a Eufy, allegedly made racist remarks to the driver who delivered packages, presumably from Amazon, at Jackson's door. Now, how that happens, just bear with me. I'm trying to see if they can define this word for me. So I guess it's not just a word, it's a device. It's okay. We'll look into it some other time. All right, Eufy. All right. I guess that it was that doorbell camera device. I guess Eufy is one of the names of it. I don't know. I'm not familiar with all those gadget devices. But anyways, it says it turns out that the device made no such racist statements, but because the driver heard what he wanted to hear, he contacted Amazon to complain. And the e-commerce retail behemoth's response was to simply lock Jackson out of his own property without so much as an email explaining. I was actually about to say that. Good thing I kept reading, but hey, yeah. But you just went with the delivery guy, just took one word. No two sides of the story anymore. Just believe whatever you heard. Okay, that one's called stupidity. Okay, because there's always two sides to a story, two sides to a book, however they want to say it, right? But you just listen to the one individual. You didn't go back and ask Mr. Jackson, sir, let's sit down and talk about this situation that we've heard about from one of our workers. Okay, no, they just shut the man off. All right, complete control. And this is not even specifically the elite, all right? They may be in league with the elite or maybe ruled over or controlled, whatever the case may be. I mean, that's why I keep pointing out the microchip, man. This is a foreshadowing of exactly what they're going to be doing with the microchip, but it's going to be amplified. It's going to be 10 times worse, all right? Jackson was told after calling Amazon that he should have he should have received an email from an Amazon executive explaining that the racist comments made by his doorbell would not be tolerated, and that he had been logged out of all his smart devices, which he says are all connected via Amazon Echo and Alexa products. See, if I was Mr. Jackson, that'd be the last time I had these services. I would have just done away with it. Like, okay, just not even gonna question me about what happened. Just you're gonna shut me off. All right, well, I'll just do away with the services. But no, this goes back to stupidity, man. People, convenience, right? That word, the key word, convenience, laziness. Says Jackson says you want to talk to a computer all damn day. As a matter of fact, it was an old, I believe, growing up, it was an old Disney movie. What was it called? Smart House. I think the Smart House, if I'm correct, the house started turning on them or something like that. I might be thinking about another movie, two movies in one, but I know there was a Disney movie called Smart House, if I'm correct. Okay, and it's just, I mean, it's no mystery at this point that Esau puts a lot of things on TVs and movies and so on and so forth. Okay, um, it says Jackson says. As a matter of fact, I might see if I can pull it up. We'll see when we finish this article. It says Jackson says he has multiple cameras recording everything that happens on my property, which means you have multiple people watching you because there's always eyes watching when you have cameras and devices around, right? It says, can you say creepy? Your cell phone, especially. Okay. Can you say creepy? Yeah, creepy, but yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like people, you see why I keep saying stupid. I mean, anyways, and that he reviewed all the footage and recordings and found no such evidence that his doorbell device had made racist comments to the delivery driver. And if it's the doorbell device, then who cares? Like, I don't control what my doorbell says. All right, we need to go in there and find out what's up with the program. But you can't flag me for something that a computer said from words that it generated and I didn't create it. You got to talk to the company that created it, which was who? Amazon, right? But instead, Amazon threw all the troubles on him and just locked him out of his house. I mean, these people are just ass backwards, man. Anyways, it says, I reviewed the footage and confirmed that no such comments have been made. Jackson claims instead the Eufy doorbell had issued an automated response. Excuse me, can I help you? The driver, who was walking away and wearing headphones, must have misinterpreted the message. So what did he hear then? Excuse me, can I help you? Excuse me, I can't even think of anything that would be derogatory or whatever. Excuse me, can I help you? Like any, I don't know. You got me with excuse me, can I help you? Well, anyways, I mean, you see, this is just craziness. It's just craziness, man. It's just trying to. It says the driver, who was walking away and wearing headphones, must have misinterpreted the message. Nevertheless, by the following day, my Amazon account was locked and all my Echo devices were logged out. See, here's a question, a good question. Why don't they say what the driver thought that he heard? If they say that's what the doorbell camera said, why don't they also put in here what the driver thought he heard? Good question, right? Jackson even sent the evidence to Amazon to review, but was unsuccessful. Several days passed with no response and no restoration of service, leaving Jackson locked out of his home and property. The timing couldn't have been worse. The onset of who cares? Okay, I ain't even gonna read it. And I was keen to resolve the issue before the long weekend, Jackson complained. However, despite numerous calls and emails, it wasn't until Friday afternoon that I received confirmation that the investigation had started. I was told to expect a response within 2 business days, meaning not until Tuesday of the following week at the earliest. Oh, excuse me. It says, in the end, my account was locked on Wednesday with no follow-up email to inform me of the resolution. This incident stands as a stark reminder of the need for better customer service and a more nuanced approach to incident management. And the solution is to leave that damn digital technology alone. All right. Let me see here. Let's just go right here. All right. What I say? Disney movie Smart House. If I'm correct, I might be wrong, but we're gonna see. Is there any way I can get a brief summary by video? You might just have to try to read what the summary is about. So let's see here. A boy tries to stop his father from dating by programming their computerized house to be a surrogate mother. So I really don't know exactly what the movie is about. It's been so long. But this is the smart house, all right? It was supposed to be the same technology like we're talking about, smart house, all right? So I knew that. I remember that name though. I don't really remember what the movie was about and all that. That's why I was looking for maybe an audio clip. You know how they do the little brief, whatever they call it. But there's not one here. So I just read that little piece of, not even a paragraph, one sentence. Um, but hey, you see what's going on, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You want to get his smart. You want to get all his electronic digital world technocracy devices. Things like this can happen to you too. You want to take his microchip, then death is most definitely going to happen because the Lord himself is going to see to it. All right, going into Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, 17, Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 through 11, Revelation chapter 16, verse 2. All right, and it just is what it is. It's the truth. But hey, once again, 1 Corinthians 2:11, man, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. And so, can't trust the devil. It says, if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. He always has some plan, all right, behind him, doing something so-called nice for you, giving you such great technology, which is convenience, all right? No one can deny that it's convenient. It is very convenient, but convenience is not always the best choice in life, okay? Sometimes it's better to take that rough, rocky road, all right? And this is what gets Americans. Technology, all right? Every piece of technology that comes forth, it draws people more and more and more, and it just it just engulfs you. And we've been going into articles like this lately, the VR technology and all that kind of stuff, the Neuralink, okay, of course the microchip that is always on every faithful brother's plate, okay, and here you go with an addition to all the other things. Now you got something else new to look at. Smart house device, shutting people out of their houses now, all right, with no question, all right, no remorse, no questioning him. They get no backlash, and he gets no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no reconciliation. Okay, it's not the word I was looking for, but there's nothing that came from his situation that says, all right, we're sorry that we did this and maybe we were wrong or blah blah blah, this and that. All right, just nothing. Just, we're gonna shut you off a house. So what more than microchip? Okay. Though this wasn't about the microchip, you have to think on a larger scale, because everything is about the microchip, all right? Everything that's happening right now in real time, it's all about the RFID microchip, which stands for radio frequency identification, for those of you that don't know. All right, so Lord willing, you elect, we're edified. Till next time, Yashua, I'm going to say shalom.